that are actually tried and decided before all of the evidence has even been examined. The Liam Payne case is one of these cases. It was tried that an addict decided not to be here anymore. However, the Liam Payne case has potentially gotten new life in that the jurisdiction of the case has been requested to be moved to a city jurisdiction, court number 15. Now, this was put forth after an appeals judge found that the 30th criminal court was incompetent to sit over the case of Ezekiel and Brian, who were the alleged dealers in the Liam Payne case. Now, if you remember before, in law, competence is not saying that they are not able or do not have the skills to sit over it. It actually means that it is not within their purview, whether it be this jurisdiction or types of cases that they oversee. It is the argument of this federal appeals judge that because the alleged activities of dealing that occurred with Brian and Ezekiel happened in Buenos Aires and associated provinces, that these provinces and cities have defederalized the crime of dealing, meaning that it is no longer a federal crime. So therefore, this cannot be held in a federal court, but should be kicked to a city court. This is where Judge Andrade, the potential new judge, comes in. She is a city judge, and she is going to potentially oversee this case. What she has requested at this time is she has requested arguments from both the prosecution and the defense as to why they believe the jurisdiction should be changed. Now, why is this a good thing? Now, the justice system in Argentina works differently. And previously in the Liam Payne case, everything was being overseen by the same judges that had ordered the investigation. But on a city level, this is not what happens. On a city level, Judge Andrade would actually look at the beginning part of the investigation. So that means the documents, the evidence, everything that leads up to the charges, and then a separate judge would oversee the trial. This is fantastic because this will eliminate some of that conflict of interest that we potentially were seeing with the federal charges in the Liam Payne case, and how Roger was able to be found not guilty even though they had not looked at all the evidence. Judge Andrade has already requested key evidence and documents, but most importantly, she has said that if she goes forward and continues to hold jurisdiction, she wants to see all of the evidence, and that also means the seized devices. Yes, it says seized evidence, but the seized evidence we know of is the devices. So this means that even if we feel like we are fighting a small fight, this is potentially great news that we have been trying to force public opinion and make them understand that we see that they were corrupt and that they found people innocent without looking at all of the evidence. So when we have had people telling us to stop doing open the devices, rehashing old items in the case, which will not help because the only thing that can change anything right now is new evidence. And we have this potential with the change of jurisdiction with Judge Andrade. What cases do you know that are actually